seconds left. Pretty perfect timing to come back. And why not? Why am I getting black screen? Thank you, game. Apparently you're working. Okay, Knights. Knights should be working well. So waiting for a second. Yeah, good. So what to recognize. Let's see, and we are basically beating up dogs here, right? If I remember correctly. To get back our body parts. And missing modules for the sink, auto dog and temperature station, okay. Actually, do we have any effects on spineless ranked? Okay, that's kind of funny. You know, let's just rank up. So, new back sunset because they are coming at us. Had to go. Show me your ass. Let's get another sim pack in. Oh, I could actually use one of our implant things. We have 9 left, so it kind of will be a waste not to. So fuck it. So we're using a healing pump. Attack it from the back side. Just kill the corners. Yeah. You're pretty load up on stuff. To loot much. Pretty much sure I already messed with it. Okay. It's okay, slow already. I did not want to pick up that sun. That carton 6, did I? So yeah, probably a bit overloaded, and we don't have to ability to sell much. Let's actually inject ourselves. Injection has happened. This wasn't so much. Well, we're still gonna find premium money and stuff like that. Although it's always good. Might actually be at some point. as such. So much good loot and be allowed to take a lot of it. Wales want to fight again. Punch goes a bit feels wrong, isn't it?
You are in the library. Please lie here and filled with...
Down, boy. Just keep dropping his weapon. What? Good girl. There is a lot of mine here, so it's not interesting. Do that. It's actually an annoying weapon. Hunting shotgun. Fuck you, that's a super air sledge. That would be great to carry. Anything actually should carry it. I'm taking you. You just have to chuck some crap. But that's too valuable not to take, so I'm gonna take those as well. And let's have one more. You need a water, so let's have that. Light is low. You don't need. All of you just go away and then we are fine on those. Such a waste. But hey, we need the space. It'd be nice if there would be some sort of shop to get rid of this stuff. Anywhere from to go? There you go. You up with me. A new mask. Stuff was up here. And why the heck not? Oh, you actually don't need it, so why? Some of these. Oh, we still had wear outfits as well. Oh, fuck's sake. Should lose some serious kills from us. Haven't even fully unloaded what we stole from the Sierra Madre. We actually have quite a few gold bars as well, don't we? It's a fight. Books. This should be much more valuable. They actually contain pre-war knowledge, then good condition books to read, oh, hang on, you have some sort of psychic or... It looks like they're actually essentially firing on PPCs at me, so let's just take this quickly. It looked like it's firing a PPC at me. Or barking at me. Yeah, that's a PPC. Get rid of the melee. Okay, you are quite strong actually. Hookah. Stem. Sunset. Let's just keep using this. Up that side, there you go. Headlock. Running away from the hits. That's a special dog. It's not. It's just another sniper dog. Just have to be able to shoot for some reason. This guy had a PPC. Just say that. Here. Well, let's get another injection. Sunset. It's good to drink these from time to time just to lower our weight, because we are gonna steal more anyway, aren't we? Plus 3. It's already looked. It's possible. But if I took it before the door arrived. Empty. Let's do on them. Get alcohol, other two. For grenades. Okay, so this is blocked off. Did left. Maybe might have had to go in. Some water. The point where we don't really need to loot that much. They can do. Basically, just a drink of your pain. Sunset in exchange, so we are not gonna wait. Something. What that should be. Guess there's some crap that we don't need. Dog hide is actually something I could just take any time. It's because it actually has no. Let's get rid of Auto. Might as well get staying. Season. Low. We're really running low on things to drop. It's not entirely painful. Hello, good sir. Oh, double hello, good sir. Let's head over here so we can fight you a bit better. Eat his ass. Yeah. Bad dog. Spot. Well. Sun's still. Down, boy. Done. I think quite a. I don't know what dog meat. We're carrying too much dog meat as well. I did pick up a couple. And loot. What's that? Yeah, we know that there's gonna be a. Third. Okay, let's turn these things off. Just okay. It's a sword. You actually just activate it. Yeah, you don't want to fire on me now, do you? Thought is great. Taking a steam pack, of course. But dirty water, probably not needed. Shit. Yeah. It's gonna be good enough for us. Couple little so. I could imagine a horrible challenge. Getting the only loot you're allowed to stake is pencils or something like that. For being mortifying. Survive without any supplies.
Down at the end of the hall is ball storage for jocks who like balls. Like Richie Marcus. Do you hear me, Betsy? Richie likes balls.
Surprising. Back to go. Lift my leg again. And I need some healing powder. slaughter. So we need to take that. Stuffing bot. What I'm gonna use the super stick. Like this, bro? Why are we so slow? Why are we slow? Why did they slow down? Okay, back to the steam pack sickness. I don't know what slowed me down so much. Maybe it is super steam pack sickness. That's the only thing I can think of. Let's head off from here and test that RVP. It feels like I'm half slowed down, so I'm gonna save here and hold it in. Not sure what the heck happened with my speed. Why am I moving so slowly? It's almost as if I would be weighted down, but not. Yeah, like, it's almost as if I save, load. If this surface would be like, look at this. What the heck happened with this? Dodge, what the hell is it this time? What did you do? Dodge Howard. This got to be not normal. Why do you have these kind of issues these days with the games? Something isn't right with this. Six. Two sensors, this was smoking, cool. Why do you need that? What the hell is this gluing effect on my feet? Because it's just quitting out of the game and back in. Yeah, you know what that's doing. It's a game. Tordy. Always your disappointment for us. Simulator is a great game and a terrible one because of this kind of stuff. But it didn't have, so I'm still having this gluey effect on my feet. You have to play like this. That won't be good. What the hell am I quoting it? Try to fix lag, but I doubt that will do anything. So I dropped to 6. Good, I would not mind leaving the room. It's a door. How far away we are to the exit door? Fucked the leg completely, so I have no idea what to actually even do with this. Jump around like an idiot, hoping to. You want me to lead me towards the door. That much is obvious, but I need some sort of stupid key, which we do not have. This looks like actually the exit, isn't it? I will just want to leave this area and try to fix my leg. This leg issue is really annoying me. Seriously, what the heck happened with this? Would at least know I can fix it somehow. Played this, yes, but not yesterday, like last week, so not too bad. First part if there was any kind of combat that might need that vertical. Which could be the case, by the way. Not the of course. going about like this, it's going to solve it. Can I at least destroy you? Save just in case. I am getting critical strikes, so I am doing damage, so eventually I might be able to kill it and get extra damage. It's also hoping that a bit of fighting might help my speed. I think when I end up standing on this laser thing, help me out. Todd Howard. Actually, it's coach's office, so this is the most likely place for any sort of key, right? I got this Betsy message. Okay, you know what? Let's see what this is. Betsy message. Doesn't have. Let's fix our leg. You know, I'm saving again, or let's see if I can. It's a different surface, so it might work. No, I have to be mutilated essentially. At least I killed all the dogs, but I almost feel trapped in here. Demanding a fucking key. And I do not have set key. So much is obvious that I really want to go there somehow. But how to reach that spot is anyone's question. Yeah. Do you speak? I'm sure that everyone noticed it already. Did I say stupid things from? At least if I would know what's causing it. If it's an actual effect on something, that's fine. But it doesn't feel like it. It's kind of almost... You know what? I'm gonna waste one of those slowing things. It almost feels like I'm trapped in the fence somehow. Anyways, I didn't have. It just was a waste. I'm gonna get it back. But able to run away from this area. I can take some bug item involved, which I've left here. I'm not gonna solve the issue. I have no idea how that's gonna help me. Or maybe that's a key that I have to get students' data. In that case, it's quite weird. think they're demanding from me. Oh, poor guy failed everything. Okay, so it was actually those I had to find and I just forgot about it. And yeah, I fought through here, didn't I? Hide. Doggo hide. Please fix my leg, please. Why am I not allowed to leave? I need to go through that. Why are you not letting me? We're going here. Did that. Oh, fuck me. Oh, hang on. That was the stupid issue, that bloody caps lock. Ah! Okay, we have movement. Okay, I thought this time I have to apologize to you. Accept a rare apology. We probably never let that happen. Oh, that will run down.
You got to the residential test. This is really Boros, by the way. Hello again. None of us thought you would get this far.
So, it actually was a waste of an XP not to kill that dog. And I'm not able to go back. Someone's brain. Yeah, I'm not feeling like doing. Strange, we should always take those. Okay. This is cool. Are you guys gonna do anything? Come on. Play a card. Bet. Yeah. At least we took a picture. This is F12 to take a picture. Actually gonna. I basically never used that ability to take pictures, but that's this once. Try to kill me.
The residential
law-abiding citizens, please
wasn't that
leave the
shut
area.
down for some reason.
Like it's saying, but
For your safety, please take cover until the lawbreaker is dealt with. Do not be alarmed. Law and order will be restored shortly. Violence will not be tolerated.
Thank you. Gun.
Oh, yes! My pet, Gabe! I'd forgotten about the old boy and the countless experiments I'd done on him back at Higgs. Gabe? Gabe! You're about to have your favorite treat. A visitor. Won't that be nice? Don't eat the visitor, boy. Don't, please.
Okay. He's sending some sort of monster at us. Or most likely an actual just robot dog. He'll just
Commencing attack on hostile target.
Okay, can commence attack
Engaging
is
hostile
slow.
target.
Heal up first before I engage.
For your safety, please take cover until the lawbreaker is dealt with.
Get down, boy. So I wish we could do some more damage. Who knows
Put
that
down
maybe
your weapons and submit to
back
authority.
for now. For now, maybe. Fine.
Continued resistance is unlawful.
There's no such thing as law here anymore, buddy. Set a law of the jungle. Just say the law of Iceland.
Gabe would bark and snarl and bite whenever anyone came to visit. That's why I replaced his legs with spare parts and fed him a steady diet of psycho-laced dog chow.
Do you still have here? Let's try to switch defenses. Looking down. So you cannot use a bloody fist of his. teddy bear. He can keep that. Not be evil. Serve the little teddy bear for time. Sunset, good. Just think about drink something anyway. Get a combat armor would be great to have, but 25 kilos. We'll attempt to take it somehow. I still have some garbage food items that we can get rid of. Get it hat a little bit. This is just in the glasses. Gone. Logo. Your bill. Thank you. It's too little weight to even care about. Sugar bombs can be torn away. 13 tools, that's good. Extra drink is something just barely fine. But if you loot anything, hang on, there's 2 doors here. Okay, both leads to the same place, so it doesn't matter. Retrieve objects thrown by human beings for purpose of enjoyment. Suddenly use an audio sample recording. Its barcode subject to be fetched. Sample has now become attached to the sample. Displayed signs of aggressiveness when I attempted to recover it. I have left it in the concentration area until it is needed. But if the cyberpunk has buried it. Right here. We have nothing important to say. Are you being buried away with your vodka? We did just slow ourselves down taking that thing. actually want. Into the area. It's not needed. You know we earned it. And now we are of course again over because want that war. Well, which basically means that I have to come here around.
Klein wants it, all right, boy? Let the intruder dig it up wherever you buried it. Cave, down, down, boy. Stop it.
Okay, if you did that, let's print this one. Face punch you. Sunset activated. Okay, we have to take you.
No! His Cyberdog atomic core! It's active! That means an exceedingly imprecise countdown to critical failure in... 10! Boros! Why the hell did you install an atomic core? It'll blow when we reach 1, right?
9. All will be fine.
7. Yes, 7. 6. Halfway to destruction. Measured in clicks.
What?
5 by 5. Someone's coming in line. 4.
Okay, that
As
doesn't
in
count.
forbidden. Do you hear me, think tank? It is I, Mobius, hacking your frequinosity. Mobius? 3. As in we. As in we are in trouble. That didn't rhyme. 2. As in too late. And 1. As in Mobius has won. I hope it's blowing up right now in your faces.
Okay, I'm alive. What the hell am I need to do here? Pink spots in audio support. Looks like I survived the explosion because why the heck not? Should use a heater there, but oh well. Just sparking them up. So let it go. Sunset. But I have no shovel on me, so what it allows me to do. That the export is done. Found the recalibration of the sonic emitter, take it to the jukebox, sync to the recalibrator sonic emitter UFX.
So, you recovered the sonic emitter schematics. Or was it the frequency? No matter, it'll broadcast your screams as my robo-scorpions destroy you.
Okay, robo-scorpions. Doesn't change the fact of moving. I think I have one of my Pokemons back after all this healing thing. I'm not sure if it's doing enough for me to care. It's my special stats right now, 10 because it's some bottom, so... Actually, I already drank alcohol, so that's also why. Was debating downing a vodka. This won't be enough to solve the issues we're gonna have here. We drink a sunset already. Yeah, okay. Sunset, and I can also eat it work. At the same time, not in too bit of a spot on that. Probably Chad doesn't have enough points to make me eat more beans, because this will be the spot where to use that to really weaken my supplies. Two bloody kilos. That's good. Stupid. Not 2 pairs. How strong these things are, so.
Robo-scorpion, attack! You won't escape me!
Trying to escape. I'm trying to kill you guys.
Robo-scorpion, attack! Go, my minion! Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius!
I could waste a bunch of turbos, but I do not want to. You know what? This calls for... FedEx. I think we should just cycle up, because otherwise this thing's just never gonna die.
Robo-scorpion, attack! I see you. Now I enter you. My minion, sting them in the name of all that is Mobius. Robo-scorpion, attack!
Actually, kind of fun in a way. But
You're no match for science. My minion, sting them in the name of all that is Mobius.
some more Nuka on Sunset, as well as I think of Silver, because they do hit it back.
You're no match for science. Robo-Scorpion, attack! Go, my minion! Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius!
Actually,
Robo-Scorpion, attack!
oh, you explode when you do that. It's cool.
Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius!
Sunset. So I don't think we should need it, right? Just one left. Ouch. That was a good hit. I'll give it to. What's the lag? Okay, let's put you back on a little bit, so let's see how effective this thing is. I could just leave, right? Bye.
Tail locking on!
Oh, you're gonna keep sending these fuckers.
I see you. Now I end you. Go, my...
Means we should use the
minion. Sting them in the name of all that is Scorpion, will you? I see you. Now I end you. Stop that! You'll damage the hull! You won't escape me! Robo-Scorpion, attack!
It's annoyingly a lot of armor, but
Stop that! You'll damage the hull! Go, my minion! You won't escape me! Of all that is Mobius!
my dear, have so much HP. Still have. Is that the cycle as well? For fuck's sake. Oh, no. Doing a bad spot. Okay, but yeah.
I see.
I just have to thank them for attacking me because they kinda knocked me out of that zone.
You. Now I end you. Destroy this one, I'll make more. You're no match for science.
6 serious HP.
Robo-Scorpion, attack! Go, my minion! Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius!
Oh, keep forgetting about that bullshit. That's actually a costly mistake. set. And I should be able to just get that out, right? No other bullshit. I hope.
Prepare to be attacked by Dr. Mobius. Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius. In the name of Robo Scorpion, attack!
It's getting annoying. I kind of want that robot perk now. Just keep destroying these guys. Level up quite well.
I see
Both
you.
side by side.
Now I end for such. Science.
Yeah,
You're
these
no
guys will be
match for
annoying pretty
science.
quickly. Not that they're dangerous, they just have too much armor. Let's inject another stim pack, don't worry, it's just 300.
Go, my minion! Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius! Ow! Go, my minion! Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius!
Another stim pack shot.
Destroy this one, I'll make more!
That's actually a big threat.
I see my minion! Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius!
Down already.
Go, my minion! Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius science!
Actually could drop out the silver supply.
I see you.
Wish I could just
Now I end you.
use stuff.
I see
Get out of
you.
here.
Now I.
Did you manage to kill my one? So I didn't know what everything is injured.
You're no match for science.
Oh, big boy. Go. Seems to just back as well. You get behind it.
You're no match for science. Go, my minion! Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius! Destroy this one, I'll make more! You're no match for science!
Should back in that corner if I can.
Go, my minion! Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius!
Come on, just get down. How many more of this is like gonna bring out?
Oh, hit my Robo-Scorpion, will you? Robo-Scorpion, attack! Robo-Scorpion, attack!
This one will explode. Yes, it should be a
Go, my minion! Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius! You're no match for science! Ow! You won't...
Go away from it.
Well done, Levante. Soon the facilities will be safe. If you think braving the cyber dogs of X8 makes you brave, intruder, it is no use. All cyber dogs are under my command, and they will fight you.
X12 is closed until further notice. On an unrelated note, whoever closed X12, please report to the dome.
I see you. Now I end you.
Okay, this is getting really close. Can I increase my damage output any other way? This is just going on forever. Have to punch them out. That's another 5 minutes. Fight this, guys.
I see you. I see you. Now I end you. Robo-Scorpion, attack! You won't escape me. You're no match for science. You're no match for science.
Oh, spine, right?
Go, my minion. Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius.
I cannot use anything else but my fist. It's got so much damage output. Oh, not damage output, one more. Something about it. Like, I know what I should do. These. But no. Change is, of course, have to be met. I do wish I would be allowed to use guns right about now.
I go, my minion.
Killable, so
Them in the name of all that is Mobius.
question is, does he don't have anything else that's like this? So right about now, I would absolutely love the robot perk. Something else supposed to be. Regulators. Let's fix those two. Actually gonna use, you know what? Weapons binding. Fuck you. Turbo.
mine, as useless as the bottle of the same name. Well, except as an example of an object that uselessly tries to fulfill its purpose. You're no match for science. Oh, hit my robo-scorpion, will you?
Was
I see you. Now I end you. I see you. Now I end you.
Gonna use that other turbo just to get rid of this. Don't need to think about turbos that much anymore.
Go, I see you. Now I
Use
end
this
you.
as much as possible. If you had to waste it here,
You won't escape me.
come on, break body parts. Again, this thing just forced me to use a lot of the weapons by the rituals. Zone. I'll just get through here. Go. Oh. Ah, it's gone. Psycho up. Molex up. Rushing water up. Still back.
Don't feel bad if you don't believe me. I am one of the most advanced military robots here.
Okay, that's unlocked everything.
Don't feel bad if you don't believe me. I am one of the most advanced military robots here. Hold still, please. It's hard to...
Stimpack, sunset.
If you need to
Wow,
keep running around like
this
that.
is quite a lot of enemies. Kill you.
I hope we can still be friends when this is all over.
Yeah, we are going to scrap the top body. This one got a look actually out of this bullshit. It's a cyber dog. Get down. Oh, good boy. Get down. Now sit again. Sit. Good. Start learning. Eight. So.
Nothing personal.
so you shouldn't be able to do shit. Okay, that was quite the amount of enemy. We are really drinking our healing items. The fuck are you? Just some random decoration item, okay. Or maybe it's one of those things that I'm not allowed to leave zone. I die. Yeah, it is. Stop. Which is, will I be able to sell anything anywhere? Because we really need that shit. Leaving back some good stuff here. Ammunition, good.
Mighty think tank, still cowering in your dome? Cower, you fools, cower.
6. I'll find even better items than we should. And if you learn how to where we can potentially sell here, it's gonna be fine. Peaks village. Out of this thing. Please no trouble scorpions. Okay, just lobotomites. Stimpack, sunset. Yeah. Time to super Stimpack up. I do not have the normal Stimpack effect yet, so let's have that as well. Thank you. Let's ensure that we have a beer. Impacts. Sunset? Like a sunset and nuclear is running out as well. We have quite a lot. Got at least one more proton X. Good. Is expired.
Stop it all.
Down. Normal humans aren't really a risk anymore. Okay. But those bloody scorpions. Thank you for using a normal rifle or not something else. And get down to sleep. Goodbye. It's another. What's that we need? Okay. Slowly going back. Where do you want me to go? Why? Should I mind to go back to the dome? I thought that's what I have to do. Well, you want to go that way, but I'm actually gonna go back to the dome. I can do something there. Okay.
Pain.
So I need to use a healing item. Yeah, just sit now. New polo. Stand back, sunset, the usual cocktail. Should go purified water as well. Either one shot off stim pack. Let's head into the dome. Ladders here. Let's second worried I have to jump up. Now let's go up here and hopefully we are able to sell our stuff. Talking about selling in bottle caps if I remember correctly. Okay, I should check out.
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated.
Not if I could hear any noise shooting kind of shit.
Why, yes. We are filled with the knowledge you speak of. If you wish to know more, simply ask the others. They can help you. I am Dr. Klein, Chief Head Researcher of Logistical Operations and Ideology here at Big Mountain. I am surprised you have not heard of me. I am first in my field, first chair, as it were, back in the days of chairs. Dr. Mobius was not the horrifying creature you saw upon the screen, twisted by science. He was once one of us, a friend. He researched in directions contrary to the think tank. Brains, 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 always about the brains. So we exiled him. He says he left of his own volition, but that was to save him the embarrassment. Now he sends his intelligence-consuming scorpions from the Forbidden Zone to plunder the secrets of Big Mountain. He is a menace.
Scorpions joining missions from the missions. How comes?
I'm not certain. Perhaps it only affects machines. If so, you may be immune. If it is chems, then we have nothing to fear. Since we are afraid, it must not be chems, and you need not fear, which means you can test it. Logical. It's a side effect of the cerebral scrubbing. It won't stop you from excreting, or asking questions, apparently. Have to correct that next time. Hormonal aggressive tendencies are actively suppressed, however. They are a no-no and not permitted in the think tank. The scrubbing also ensures your silence to keep Big Mountain safe. This facility is top secret, and you cannot speak of it to anyone outside of Big Mountain. Should have done it with the last batch, and the anti-aggression scrub. We had to take precautions after the last visitors. They caused a great deal of damage in a short time. Should have made sure they couldn't mention Big Mountain once they left. An oversight. Dr. 8 and Dr. O could tell you more. Dr. O more than 8. The battle against the visitors damaged 8's voice module. Suffice to say, those visitors are unwelcome. They stole a great many secrets and much technology. Impertinent. They also broke one of my trains. This is the think tank. The nerve center of Big Mountain. The greatest research center known to man, and to us. Here we test and test and test some more in the name of science. Atomic power, nuclear power, and scientific power. Yes, because the intellectually challenged see an M and a T next to each other and take Occam's razor to it. While you are here, you will refer to this place properly, and you will do the same with the other scientists here. That glowing red scar? That laser lobotomy canyon maze carved in the landscape as if by some child? It is Mobius's fortress. From that hemorrhoidal fissure, he sends his amazing robo-scorpions to terrify and irritate us. He always tended to the dramatic. Ask Boros. I believe he knows more about the fence than any brain. Except maybe Mobius. Mobius was involved in their construction, if I recall. But he's such a hack, he probably was reading off Boros' notes and schematics. Well, we didn't actually do it. We tried to clean up after, as always, but usually the auto dock runs on remote. But we programmed it, or Mobius did.
Thanks.
Still, this new wrinkle with the Tesla coils in your skull was unexpected. I mean, we predicted we'd have a breakthrough eventually, but Dala knows more. She supervised your spine peel and the heart circumcision, then dumped them both into the tanks in the sink above. Quite sanitary. Sure took her time. She always takes longer than projected with lobotomite surgeries. Not sure why. Yes. In all probable likelihoods, yes. Possibly. That it may have gone to Mobius is merely an inkling. I don't know why, but it may be something involving the surgery code. Actually, I don't know. All I know is it misplaced itself, or it floated off. They get into robots sometimes and go on a tear.
We set up an auto-dock medical routine, so you think he's responsible for that post-organ dump?
Yes, always leaves back doors into things. Have to keep finding them and closing them. The auto-dock is now erased of his routines. It was thorough. Only Mobius would know for sure what happened with the procedure. Perhaps. Well, and your brain, of course, it would know as well. It can communicate the procedure when we examine it. It is conceivable to trace its surgical scalpel prints once we have the brain. Might take some time, but your brain has no pain nerve to scream at us while we dissect it. Convenient. I detest screaming in my lab.
So code you mentioned?
Mobius's legacy code was in the old auto dock. Yes, it fried itself after your procedure, so he couldn't tell for sure. It is unfortunate. We would have benefited from knowing how the breakthrough occurred. Even if we installed another chip, the information is lost. Why does he seek our destruction? Why did he build robot scorpions with intelligence training stingers? It is because he hasn't cleaned his biogel in a long time. Clearly he's got some sort of psychological corrosion. He's mad.
Those scorpions consumed just are they certain of your findings?
Dr. O is certain of his findings, and no one else in the think tank is willing to test the results. Loss of brainial power. Terrifying. O has said on many occasions his inability to comprehend Mobius's robo-schematics is because of repeated robo-scorpion stings. Yes, a most goodbye.
Okay. Is a shot off each of them. Take those stick from deck.
I can hear your penis tips. Seats dropping around.
Let's see. I don't take them now because there was something said about selling and buying, so I'm hoping to find it. Let's buy. Science +5. Oh yeah, sorry. Second I thought it's intelligence +5, then it would be great. That's why science is not bad. You will have to. Scientist glove. Product sounds good. Planetary radiation suit. Please come to the conclusion that it's not worth it. Some brain real life dismantles. These guys is probably nice. Don't exit weight. Just save it here. Back. Alright, yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. Like this is that point where the YouTubers can enjoy it a bit better because they can just skip forward, which is fair. I would do it as well.
The lobotomite animal before me. What other terrifying terrors will plague us in our quest for knowledge? Communists? Communist animals, perhaps? Be warned. Attempt to propaganda me. I will shriek as a frightened babe, calling loyal cyber dogs to my aid. Do you comprehend, commie animal?
Right, you.
Yes, glands, all wrapped up in skin. Who knows what terrifying secrets lie beneath your epidermis? Scalpels shall tell us your secrets, even if we must cut deep for such knowledge. I was head of my biology class at American High, you know. So, you put down Gabe. Thank you. A scamp, but really, his highly augmented combat programming could have proved meddlesome. In any event, thank you for putting him down. One less test subject to catalog and sort. Clearly a failure of Doggy's cybo-engineering. Before you is the brain of Dr. Boros, head of animology, beastology, and DNA scrambling technology here at Big Mountain. I lay the bones and hearts of animals bare beneath my searing gaze, especially the dogs. I did so love dogs once. Especially Gabe, that rascal. But there are many animals to shape. Industrious cazadors, the happy-go-lucky night stalkers. They are my living, breathing DNA test tubes.
Yes, this was you dickhead.
Indeed. Docile, curious, safe, sterile. They are contained here at Big Mountain to preserve DNA and for observation. No, such creatures are found only here, for research purposes. They would no more be capable of escape than breeding. I cannot expect a lobotomite to understand the careful surgical castrating procedures used in their creation. Perhaps a demonstration of my castrating power would settle your doubts.
Okay, I did save the 4.
Impregnate you? What? Do you want to make me vomit inside my tank? The mere notion makes the edges of my biomed gel crystallize into asymmetrical patterns. Nonsense! That is what you speak. Nonsense from beyond. I was at the top of my high school class in American high school. I knew facts. I knew figures. I knew data. We would know if our research was flawed. It is not. We never contradict ourselves, so do not even try. In 2000, let's see, carry the 3, then count backwards from the Great Static, or beyond, there were the tarantula debates, and something about hawks, which made it around 2003, May, Tuesday. It was definitely Tuesday. Why are we even debating this? What you ask is of no importance. Mobius besieges us. There are more important things to worry about than data and facts. The malignant tumor that is Mobius plagues us all. His hunger for power, insatiable. From his lair in the Forbidden Zone, his terrifying Robo-Scorpion army clicks and whirs across the crater of Big Mountain, ever seeking, ever stinging. He must be stopped, or all of Big Mountain shall be destroyed.
They talked about those Scorpion crap. Even debating whether he's actually not Mobius himself.
The radar fence protects us all. If evidence is correct, the one who built it is me. It keeps anything with a disembodied brain inside, like us, and anything without a brain also inside. It is the ultimate defense against communist aggression. There'll be no infectious ideas on my watch. It makes perfect sense. Who are you to question the mighty radar fence? Ever since my anxiety-filled days of powerlessness and being bullied in American high school, I have dreamed of such security as the fence. That and giant cybernetic dogs that would ruthlessly patrol and kill anyone who wasn't my friend, like Richie Marcus and Betsy Bright. Who's laughing now, Betsy? I hope you and Richie are happy smoking in your radioactive coffins. I'm glad you never came to my birthday party.
Oh.
No! Beyond is death, despite mounting evidence to the contrary. No matter where these strange humans wander in from with their ideas and new brains, there is nothing beyond Big Mountain.
A bunch of idiotic. Probably the best thing I could do is grab a gun and just shoot every single one of these. This guy created the Crusaders. For fuck's sake.
Enough! Stop filling my precious brain cell units with irrelevant data. You sound like the other visitors, making wild claims of a world beyond, where there is a war beyond war. It is unproven and unthinkable. Bother the other doctors with your crackpot theories. I have no time. None of us do. There is logic and purpose in it. If these technologies are needed to pierce the Forbidden Zone, so be it. Science is powerful, and in the right hands, our hands, if we had hands, we would be nigh unstoppable. It is our home, threatened by the horrors of Mobius. All we wish to do is continue our research, layer upon layer, above and beneath the floor of the crater, until we have our answers. But no, Mobius will not let us rest, scaring us with his scary robots with their laser tails and blowing up all the time. It was not our first choice of testing grounds, but we no longer have the luxuries of our test cities. Then we lost the mountain, After the explosion, we couldn't find it anymore. So the crater became our testing grounds. For science! Boom! Yes, quite unexpected. And embarrassing. All better now after the landscaping, though. Much more pleasing to our monitors. And the crater helps keep everything inside, because it is bowl-shaped.
Let's have you didn't fight the nukes. You did fight the nukes, didn't you?
Yes. In the past, individuals would come to us, pay for technology, and if their town, community, or city was just right, we could use that city as a controlled experiment. Vault-Tec was much better at it, of course. We had to make do. Get permission. Sometimes. If only we could have used commie cities. But capturing whole cities was hard, so we captured enough commies to make cities of our own. So we had a group of Chinese prisoners to experiment on. Those were the days. But the true test was science on unsuspecting Americans. Whether it was holograms, new autodocs, toxins, vending machines, we wound them up, let them go into tiny, isolated towns. Then we observed.
Right, you. Can we not finish off that again?
Boom! Yes, quite unexpected and embarrassing. All better now after the landscaping, though. Much more pleasing to our monitors. And the crater helps keep everything inside.
You don't want to say anything more, okay?
So, until next time, then. Provided they...
Right, you useless individual. Fix it. Right, you. I can't understand shit he's saying, but I'm not allowed to obey him apparently. It's just too heavy.
You are an unusual specimen to so boldly walk into the mighty expanse of the think tank, fearless and proud as a teddy bear. Between the extraction of their higher reasoning abilities and urination-inducing fear, most lobotomites dare not approach us, let alone speak to us. Yet you have no such fear. Facing me, epidermis flushed with blood, plasma running molten beneath, your face contorting with muscular expression. Will you indulge me? Say a few words. Face towards the monitors, please, so that I might record it for further examination.
So we'll jump to... What?
Yes, go on. Seeing your lips and mouth forming the words, both revolting and somehow... How does it feel to have the flesh roll around in your mouth like that? To control each muscle and the tongue? Like having a fish or extremely dexterous slug lolling and flopping in one's malval cavity.
Fuck. Oh god.
What? Nonsense.
Seriously?
What? What are you doing? Stop it. Why? Why are you making me partake in this filthy formography? Enough. I am already intrigued. You have sufficiently percolated me. I don't know what it is about the biology of lobotomites. It infects my thoughts. All that skin and muscle and tissue.
I think there's something wrong with.
Perhaps there is value in what you say. I did so enjoy breathing once, long ago.
Right. Oh, I could actually threaten him. For this.
Really? What is this? You seek to shame me in front of the others? How intriguing. Yes, I'll partake. This shameful feeling is quite invigorating. How new. And you'll keep coming back to collect your payment, correct? Yes, that will be fine. Here, please. Take this from me with your rough, bacterial-laden hands. My stored, repressed juices as your filthy compensation. Oh, and here's a tip. That's customary, isn't it? Been so long, really. Why, my little bear of teddiness. I am Dr. Dalla, first head chief researcher of mineralogy and medicinal sciences. I have 211 doctorates in both applied sciences and techniques to apply those sciences. I also possess a degree in curiosity and advanced curiosity. That is merely schooling, however. When possible, I prefer fieldwork and observation to holotape eidetics. It has proven useful, especially now. I have become the expert on humanology and lobotomite behavior here at Big Mountain. My research doesn't descend into formography. It is only science. Why, we create not only scientific marvels here at Big Mountain, but new sciences as well. Everything can be quantified, categorized, and dissected until every group can be subgrouped or partitioned. What is a name without a title or suffix for the sake of hierarchy? It is a long-standing quantification of personality and importance. We could not do without it. Surely you must be aware of the gravity of such attached appellations, just as surely as you must have a title. Oh, a mailman. A delivery man. Someone who takes parcels from place to place using their primitive feet or similar conveyance. You are the second one I've met in recent times. Very different specimens. Of course. You must have met others in your travels. This one had met other couriers too. although it sounded as if he hadn't met the correct one. He asked us all many questions, and then he asked a most perplexing one. We had to segment the event out of our memories for safety. I do not know, nor should we try to access it. Perhaps Klein has the logs. My evaluation would be to let your own curiosity go. I do not think that Klein remembers the conversation as being satisfactory. Oh, removing it is a simple procedure. Well, except the complications it can cause to the heart and spine. But once the heart and spine are gone, no trouble at all. Clamp the subject down. One laser incision around the skull. Crack, snip, done. The brain is finally free of the skin envelope, which is then kept automated for cleanup duties around Big Mountain. Lobotomites. With you, however, something is definitely wrong. We've never had a lobotomite who kept speaking after being forcibly lobotomized. I am relieved the pacification field is working. If it didn't, I would broadcast some concern to my colleagues about safety protocols.
I still thought I'm walking around.
That is a good question. My theory is that the Tesla coils in your brain pan are still connected to your brain somehow. It really could be anywhere. Brains are a lot smarter than most researchers give them credit for. We still have your spine and heart. If you were to somehow find your brain, wherever it sloped off to, you could humanically reduce yourself again.
Right. Yes, I would like my brain back. Thank you. Let's strange in here. Peaceful. But on edge.
It is the pacification field emitters that are broadcasting into the emptiness of your skull. Without a brain, your aggression is suppressed in here. Why would you want such a thing? You might surrender to your hormones and commit primal aggression on me, on us, again and again. Then I would have to return the favor, activating my vivisectors and gently lobotomizing you from behind. Not something I would relish doing. No, the only way to circumvent the field is to have a brain, and we extracted that like we do all lobotomites here. An interrogation? How fascinating. Please begin. Dr. Mobius, a monstrous brain creased with wrinkles of 1,000 evils, with but one jaundiced eye with which to perceive the world. Exiled from the think tank for crimes too heinous to remain in recorded memory, and perhaps differences in research methodology. His one terrible eye forever peers at us, an eye of ever-increasing magnification. He watches from his dome in the Forbidden Zone, spying on us all.
Rightio.
It'll all become clear. If not, at least we will have the technology here at the Dome, where all technology belongs. When we have all the technology, all the answers, we can share it with the world, piece by piece. All will be in order, and all will be like Big Mountain.
No thank you. Big part of you just want to wipe these guys out.
This mountain, now crater, encompasses the sum total of knowledge of humankind. It is Big Mountain, where all questions can be answered. You'll see, no matter what your questions, Big Mountain will provide the answers, as it has done for so many before you. Oh yes, we've had other subjects visit. It's why we had to calibrate the pacification field and warm up our brainial beams and vivisectors. Only a short time ago, we had 3-1 subjects arrive. and they ruined several experiments, and even injured 2 of our staff. It is a shame their brains left with them. With you, however, we have taken precautions to ensure that problem won't repeat itself. We've conditioned you so you can't speak of this place, discuss our secrets, or attempt to use force against us in any way. Isn't that nice? Because 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 spoke to us, one after the other. One mean, one curious. But there was a third we didn't speak to. The last one is the minus 1. It got traumatized, then taken to one of our medical centers for de-traumatization. A rather unsettling procedure. Ask Dr. O. And you could have asked 8 once, until he was severely damaged in the attack. We like him better this way. Perhaps you are stuck in a looping gesture of verbal intercourse.
Fuck.
Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
Fuck. In my face, I wanna... Jenny doesn't allow me. I'm clicking, but no.
Breaking news! Talking lobotomite arrives in Think Tank. Its purpose, unknown. Undefinable. Its presence here, impossible.
Good.
Oh? Oh, yes. I'm not going to bother correcting you. At least you got the doctor part correct. I can be grateful for that, at least. Stop the presses! Just in from my eye monitors. Is that Rob Kotek on your arm? It is! What's your agenda bringing that in here? How dare you bring Rob Kotek in here? What are you showing off? How great Robert House and his big company are? Oh, we can make Securitrons better than any robot those geniuses at Big Mountain can make, and they'll last 1,000 years. You're lucky I don't have hands to tear that dip boy off your arm, or feet to stomp on its stupid metal guts. Ugh. Damn Robco.
The problem is that Robco is actually correct about they claim they're still using those Robco robots after 1,000 years. And probably you are one of those. This is Mr. Gutsy combined with monitors and yeah. Just want to ask questions.
Fine. Ask. I don't like to talk about it. 8, he can't talk about it. They fried his voice module. Something good. It wasn't all the visitors, though. Only one of them got out of control. He's the one that took control of Little Yangtze, our old human farm.
Human form.
This human. I can't believe it. He broke out of the think tank in seconds. Then he went for Yangtze, got bomb collars, and started practicing on the subjects that were still there until he got the right frequency. We were sending robots to stop him, and he was slicing and cutting through their shells with some souped-up laser gun like they were cheese paper. When he hacked into the mainframe, A tried to stop him and got fried. Me? He rerouted my processors to take control of the train network here. If you see the tunnels with the trains plowed into them, you can thank our visitor for that. He wrecked the whole place. While we were trying to keep containment on the surface, turns out he used one train to punch out a tunnel and escape. Sealed now, but...
Rightio. Luxby?
2 other human specimens. One arrived not long after the troublemaker, and the last one, not sure when he showed up. Thought the first one was going to be lobotomized in Y-17. She got out somehow. The last subject, Klein might know more. He talked to him, and let him leave the think tank. Hope he knew what he was doing. Klein knows things we don't. And I think he told some of those things to the last visitor. Dangerous things if they ever got out. all things robotical. You see a robot? I made it. See a broken robot? I made it that way. Deconstructed it down to parts. I have a gift with machines. I can render anything inoperable. Preserve them in a non-functioning state.
You just crushed me.
Who asked you? You just wait until a working machine threatens you, and you'll wish I was around.
I fixed that with those Robo Scorpions, even though it was time-consuming.
Yeah, I do. It wasn't always oh. I just took that one by default because sometimes it's easier to accept the mistake as long as the purpose works. I don't want to get into it. It's a sore topic with me. Makes my gel ripple.
Actually, I'm good listening, got the airs for it. And gave me the XP.
Great! Psychology! Clearly the worst of the sciences, right after collostodiuretics. Okay, so my name isn't O, never was. It was circular, a single character, digit, but not O. But even with enhanced sensors, no one here could get it right. Always kept seeing the letter, not the number.
They kept confused until with a number. Your name is Dr. Zero.
Yes, thank you. Zero. I am Zero. How hard is that? A narrow, thin zero.
It's not much of an improvement. Zero.
Zero's my name. I'm proud of it, all right? It doesn't get the recognition it deserves. Truth be told, my emotional attachment to it doesn't even register compared to just having people recognize the difference. It's just that they're both sort of round and hollow, so when they monitor scan them, they assume that, oh, it's O. Vivisect me, please.
Until the difference that O and 0. Just put a slash through to 0.
What?
To draw a slash around, slash through it. Slash 2. It's gonna be.
Did I shoot myself with a brainial beam or something? That's brilliant. I mean, I would have come to the same conclusion. Eventually. Oh, who am I deceiving? I never would have figured that out. I can't figure anything out. I'm useless. We're smart. Smarter than we give ourselves credit for. I was smart enough to talk to you, give you a chance, and now look what happened. I like your solution. With that kind of slash in the middle, I can set myself apart. If I wanted to. To make a 0 in all the think tank, they won't be able to escape it. That diagonal slash right down the middle. Thanks. Talking to you, it really helped unclog some frustration. Talking. What a primitive form of thought-kicking. You know, hearing my name said like that, it really de-reses my screens. As for discoveries, well, of course. Look at this. Just, built it. Amazing, isn't it?
Fuck you.
It's a discovery. Kilomiles beyond your understanding that... You know what? I'm not even gonna pretend. I broke one of the monitors, and those innards start falling out everywhere. If you could just hold on to that for me until, well, forever, that would be welcome. That genius Mobius somehow cobbled together these really impressive-looking robot scorpions with spare parts. Even painted them. Tried to see what makes them tick. Can't even examine them without them detonating all over me. Left with shrapnel and burns. Every time. Supposedly, he has even larger models, even a giant robot scorpion hidden deep within the Forbidden Zone. Yeah, Right. Giant monsters. Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, crazy, right? Something right out of a midnight science fiction feature. Ridiculous. What are the odds?
100%. So later I have to do a boss fight with a giant scorpion. To be honest, this Mobius guy may be actually the smallest one a lot. At least he's able to build himself an army. He's full of himself, of course, but
Big Mountain used to be a mountain. Then there was a slight mishap. Now it's a crater. The dome used to be buried, now it's exposed to the sky. Don't get me wrong. Makes the sky light up like a planetarium at night. All those spectra. So soothing.
These guys are morons. But they are our best chance to get back our brain. In more of those worthless caps to test to see about the functions upstairs.
I'd have a few left. Let me check. Yeah, there were a few under the monitors here. Here you go. Keeps the place tidy.
You?
Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
Okay. Probably here, repair might be useful. Bit of 5. I'm gonna actually push up medicine. Means I just only need one more book to get the 100. Oh, and I'm about to have a new perk. So I was thinking you can't give it to people, and I think that probably means that it's a relatively somebody want that robot thing. The robotic expert pack, you can do another shot of 25% damage to any robot, but even better, sneaking up on a hostile robot and activating it will the robot in permanent shutdown state. Yeah, we are taking that right now. 25% damage is needed. Yeah, you are broken. Oh, we talked to you as well, so it's Clark. But we need to drop those. Oh, we should need to check those. This. Okay, that's good enough, plus stuff. Can move about again. Going through here.
Have you done all we asked? If not, we will not hesitate to... Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated. Oh, yes, the last visitor. Well, the one just before you. Had an interesting name from some language that's almost impossible to speak. What did we speak about? Melancholy fellow. Had questions about history, but... Our conversation got interrupted. Twice, I believe. Once when the trains got derailed, and then a second time. Oddly enough, now that I'm accessing my databanks, I don't recall what the second time was. Mobius's incessant transmissions keep distracting me. Also, we didn't brain scrub the visitor. He may have left with some knowledge he shouldn't have. I believe, maybe. Oh well, I'm sure it's of no consequence. I don't make many mistakes in calculation or perception, so probability favors me. Yeah.
So... Seem to go here.
Might I be of service, sir? Very good, sir. If I might suggest a table wine, the 64 Atomic Claret is a lovely little vintage.
Okay, we are able to sell. And... let's see... alcohol, let's get it. Anything? It's really thought buying you. Okay, if that's the case, let's just sell everything. Really, yeah, I think. Let's wait, but we don't. We got stuff. Be overloaded. It's in case I need to buy stuff. Songs. So yes, still gonna use it. But Alex, of course. Yes, it's good. That's good enough. Stay. Storage space. That's the evil. I should just head out of here. start it properly again. If that's the case, I shouldn't just do the main quest right away. It's okay. Just like that. I'll do this random quest.
Mighty think tank, still cowering in your dome? Cower, you fools, cower.
Can I go in this building? He got distracted. We come closer. Give me that machine gun. Nothing double damage. Someone complete us. And we have a crash. We got 2.5 hours. That's it. It should be fine. It should be fine because we just left the building, isn't it? So we basically just gonna walk out and start the fight. Still, was this crash because it's Todd Howard or was it a crash? Choose actually. So walk it down here and I go to that from that tank. Not let's just go and fight them. Are you? Biggest issue is when we don't have 30 something guys with us. I can just knock you out. Not yeah, but you. Hopefully the perk still heals us, that I haven't seen its effects active agents. Save here. Backed out some random person. It's gonna be enemies there. Some rats. One nice look here. You know, I'm gonna shove it in single back for this. Good. Still have that back, right? Usually ability has been enhanced by feeling sort of like breathing blood causing you to slowly regenerate lost hit points. Yes, I really slowly should regenerate. And thank you. Rightio, you know what? Do I have it good. And healing powder here as well. Cycle. Well, I guess I'll just use it. Use Nuka. Yes, we did. Sunset is still working, so you know, just Sebastian packet. Rushing water on. Who's that? So, thank you. You might gonna have giant mantises as well. In which case we could finish off the mixture that we that is and it's probably multiplications of those robotic quote-unquote doctors we're stuck with, stole our brain. Let's get ourselves a bit of HP. Sunset. Sure. I think I'm just gonna use some of this now. Some punches. Legs. Get down. Good. Let's go and keep exploring this. ourselves with a stim pack. Already overweighted. Even though we just sold 15,000 worth of goods, so it can't actually return back yet. Let's try to lower our weight. Activate this effective. But the hockey mask is better because we are pissed only. Which one does? Wait. Then I could fall asleep and just wait for the shop to open up again. That would go off our other small food supplies because we're only allowed to have beans and we have 34 of it, so it's not too bad. But we have no way of restocking it and we're only allowed to eat beans in this challenge room. So if we start with that, lose. I'd rather not waste time sleeping. Here they go. It's good. Come on, boy. Yeah, so is there another one? That should be one more. Not even. Oh, a pro throwing axe, I'm taking that. We need anyway some more healing. Bring through our sunsets and snippets and everything. This place does drain our supplies. So, let's get rid of that. Shield. Get away. Let's go this way again. It's irrelevant. It's nice stuff with samples, we don't need that. The ammo is relatively cheap in Korea. Nice, like a squeezing thing is pretty good. It's 3 kilos somehow. I still have a couple crappy items on me. Travel is not needed. I don't get off nice looking tails. As well. Job on it. That much damage. Let's just get ourselves another stimpack injection and start to lag as well. Right you. Still more enemies nearby. What a squeezing thing. So let's just fix those up. Let's ensure that we survive this. So let's go. Yeah, we're done here. Killed these special dogs, so it's probably was one of those.
Dr. Mobius, surrender yourself. You cannot win despite the fact that the odds are heavily in your favor.
Two idiots. It's gonna need some income. Two Night Stalkers, who won them? What we have? Need to deal with them. Okay, slowly everything is coming at us, so that will be a good spot to use. Any powder can be good. EI being used, of course. FedEx, Psycho up, Steampunk Sunset. And that's a super simple. And let's just ensure that these guys. Steampunk Sunset. 200 steampunks. Wait. Steam pack. Somehow it's here. Taking that. That. Okay, we have one fully fixed one now. It's more fixed up. Okay. Let's get first. We're going for that area. Part of me thinks that I should just try to rush through this entire DLC, but if I want to do that. So the fact that the beans are still finite. Setting. With that feeling gonna grow stronger as I'm gonna have less and less. For now we're just gonna go there. So explore this in meanwhile. Gas is a good place to get a lot of XP. Give me your head, die, die, die.
The Uncanny Valley Research Center has been canceled until further notice. As in, until someone notices it.
It's injectable. And we use up its steam pack, that's what we found. As we clean up the area, there will be less and less place, right? So just clean up the field, and there won't be any more of you lots. Shotgun. There once ignored. Sunset and stick back. Like the super sledge used to go. It's 10 kilos wasted. Lovely. Could be on the fire. worst of the worst, but I did got knocked out. Didn't realize I had battle I can punch him out first. Oh. Go back from here.
Except as an example of an object that uselessly tries to fulfill its purpose.
Ideally, I would want to sell our items. Anyway, I'll be frozen too. At least the music freezes, which is shit. Yes. Apparently I'm new to... Okay, I'm new to Steam, it's just a quick test here. But anyway, I'm going and I will check on. I'm going for toilet and then be back. Okay, so what I'm back. I'm gonna say it again in case I just unmuted the stream, so sorry about that, I'm back. Yeah, that's a problem if the music keeps doing that. There's an enemy here a second ago. That was a fucking crazy door. He's across the door base of the... Yeah, you know what? Let's go the other way. Let's fight the crazy right about now. Avoid it. Not sure if we can avoid it. Actually need to go this way for that mission. It said something about a village. Village might mean trader. It's possible there's a couple semi-functional human beings still stuck in here. If that's the case, you can definitely use them on their services, including things like shop. We have to take radiation. We just wanna head straight there. Where's the sunset machine? Slime. Sunset, right? That's enough to lower our weight.
I'm afraid.
What's this place? Medical facility.
Who gets to clean up all this blood? Me, that's good.
I'm glad we have the 25% extra damage output. Let's deal this as well. just I meant to use it. Sunset on Tunica, we are needed once again. So let's be fun. Okay, now you got solely force all the way up here. To the robots, so let's head starting spot on here. Shouldn't be too big of a place, I think. My possibilities where I'm gonna find out look as well, but rain. So let's take that. Something small I can get rid of. Bad away. Is that why we're taking that? You know, just throw all of those. I don't need nice soccer blood. But it's a good trade for you to play. Pretty selective with what we are taking with us. What is this upgrade? So it contains an upgrade for the single robotic assistant auto dock. Is not available, possibly later on quest, telling me now. So, done. Expensive. Those. Can buy water from sources not the most important, but still. Scrum. Sunset. I emptied out this, didn't I? Or nothing too important. Six, I just gonna leave them where they are. At one point I definitely considered doing some sort of challenge with cigarettes. It was the experts mentioned that whenever something knew it or not, the Serma drive would be the best case for the autodock on the innovative toxins research. They were joking, but even that kind of jokers and the chill down my spine. He got poisoned by one of those toxins. No way would I crawl inside one of those by something out of dogs here if my life depended on it. Recall attack was those traumas which alone makes me wish they'd erase their research. Since do more things than the people inside them. Oh, I could read more about it, but I think we're fine where we are right now. Oh, sorry, Rick. It's like in Oblivion, you find all of those books, but do you really want to read every single one of them?
Where are you? Why don't you just come out where I can see you?
But no. Just gonna call you for that speed. Seems good. Sunsets to implant. Let's get us Silicon.
Dr. Mobius, surrender yourself. You cannot win despite the fact that the odds are heavily in your favor.
Always full. So let's go down there. Boy. Down. Oh, that's a lot of enemies down. So, so our 32 left. That's a problem. X village. Is there gonna be people here? It, hopefully, people willing to trade. Able to please gonna happen. Always throw them away later. Which is what we actually do here. Just a looted area. Front recalibration far for the sonic emitter. They take it to the jukebox in the sink to recalibrate the sonic emitter effects needed. Instead of I meant to use that, but it's a solid challenge, isn't it? Which means I meant to fight with something even and more HP than the bastard. If those bastards, red score, not red. It need is those robot scorpions again. It's gonna be one bigger HP, which is more armor. It's gonna be a bitch. We definitely should drink up here because we are using a lot of simplex here. The amount we used up is truly a joke. But so we are leveling up as well. It might be like 40 or even a bit higher by the time we leave this DLC area. Is that the most likely for us to find? There's some beans here and there just to increase our time in this area. It's house number 1 thing. This is a bar. I could take all of these, but yeah, that was such small. Stimpack, great, fine. Wine. So wine. Shoot for that. Science glove, okay. Taking that. This was his original hole. And it looks like he was an alcoholic. Sunset, good. Wait. Oh, nothing to read. But left more of those implants. This would be a nice lootable area if there would be storage space. We would have Sayat more. Still have just too many items and stuff with things down too valuable as well. There's so many cigarettes in this game. Okay, and that's for everyone. Science skill. It's an upgrade file for the synchromatic distance out of them. Figure out how that thing works properly. I have a feeling it's just like a basic upgrade. Just a basic thing that you can also buy these. Absolutely nothing. Out of this, just some F's and stuff. Here now, I'm getting sunset as well. I suppose that's good. The masks. I think I'm not gonna take any more. Hang on, if I can keep buying them, maybe I just camp here and slowly buy up all the big books of science and everything else, and just become 100% man. It feels a bit broken. Okay, do you have beans? Sunset for us. Is there any garbage? You just lower slightly. That's gonna drop. It's gonna drop. Actually, still some flowers there. Sunsets. Says we're sick. It's not. Or can I trust anything? Nice stalker is quite. You're not actually gonna teach all of that because it just costs too much to carry in weight. That way I can still pick up a couple around healing items and stuff. Always, of course. I'm gonna start collecting. As well, all the sample singer. Found some more stuff to the sonic emitter, which we're never gonna use unless we are forced into it. So far, I see absolutely no reason to consider using. That's a good find. We have this, so let's leave our next house. It's operational there, okay. Oh, I know whose place this was. Hello? Sex is sleepy. Okay, what else I'm gonna find here? It's a bit of a weird place. Nothing on either bookshelves. Fine. Hang on, 00 we were already on this done. It's all going around and looting everything. Fuck are you? When did I last load? Okay, for you, Psycho up, Medex up, Implant in. I'm gonna use up all of our implants against this guy because this guy is. It's a joke. Oh, it's beautiful hit he did. Stand back. Supposed to be just barely sit up. 5. Yeah. Oh! I should have dodged that. Let's see, I'm gonna finish off first. Yeah, that's a beautiful little one. Plant. Medex. Cycle. Let's get Russian water as well going. What will be opened? Is this gonna use a ball or you? It's slapped. Oh, you don't want to chase. Yeah, mate. All of these. Stripe is strong boy. Just in case I'm gonna use off one more. Just 50 for this. But I might need to get Chaos Ball. Ah, we got the mission here.
fields can only be disrupted by a specific frequency. If anyone has found the frequency, last seen around X8, let the dome know at once.
I'm gonna use this up for this final speed flight. Fuck off. Lots of people change weapons. Why you didn't? Which is a bit disappointing, but hey ho. Oh, you did good. There's a gun on somebody. Give me. That's one sorted. It's not quite the place we came from. It's fighting up.
Force fields can only be disrupted by a specific frequency.
Thank you.
If anyone has found the frequency, last seen around X8, let the dome know at once.
Let's get this, let's get this, let's get that, let's get that. You pull out them again. I want to find this other body safe. Killed. Is it you? It's not you. Okay, if that's the case, let's save and head back home. Hopefully can't leave this area before we run out of beans. Be really funny. Technically, we already won the challenge because I had 500 plus beans, so I actually did put it in as a one challenge, but not losing more, but still it will be annoying.
The lobotomite returns! What insidious plan can it have brewing in its horrid mind? What commie anti-American propaganda will it spew?
I got your dog's ball, you dick.
What? Why, yes, it is. I used to leave it outside his doghouse, chock full of chems. Before the cybernetic modifications, of course. And no matter how chemmed the food, he would always eat it, and his tail would wag, even while you know, I'm having the most perplexing feeling squiggling through my biogel. I can't quite pin it down. Why, yes. Gabe. No matter how awful my day had been, he was always waiting there. How odd. My gel is decoagulating. And when I would talk to him about Betsy, and how Marcus would beat on me and call me Smarty's sissy pants, he'd just sit there, head on my knee, and...
What?
If you don't mind, I'll take that bowl. Just need to remove it. Put it away, somewhere out of radar range. For some reason, its similarity to the crater shape of Big Mountain is starting to fill up all available cognitive spaces. That, combined with my own overwhelming feeling of having done something terrible, the two were hitting me with unexpected force.
Okay.
As odd as it is, I believe that is the conclusion. And I wonder why it didn't hit me before, until I saw that memory in your hands. This sensation is unpleasant. I don't care for it. I don't care for this place either. And I feel as if we've forgotten something. Still, it is no matter. Crush the feeling down. Crush it down. Push it into the loop. Yes. Forgotten. Almost. Yes? I do not need to remember anymore. Not today.
Okay. You are dealt with. For now, we should head back and see what can we do.
Might I be of... Very good, sir. And might I venture to opine that a new trilby might be just the thing to complete sir's ensemble?
Especially the jukebox.
Ooh, yeah, dig that sweet music. Damn, it's good to be back online. Dig, I'm an acoustical wizard, kid. Old Doc Mo used me to prototype his sonic weapon designs. Get me a good sample base to work from, and I can whip up a wave that makes Jericho look like a kazoo. Why not? Ain't like I got nothing to prove. Not like that toaster. Now that boy got some issues. Got yourself a sonic emitter, don't you? Thought so. Bring that old thing on in here and bring me some sound samples and I'll make that baby sing. Or scream, if that's what you want. Right on, Daddy-o. Just plug it in and I'll mix you up a sweet, sweet sound.
Okay.
Right on.
So the commission select for Tarantula, of course. We're probably never gonna use it, but just in case if it's forced. Said something about a toaster. Is that a... Yeah, that's
Someday, I'd like to meet the man who's got no blues to sing. What's the haps? Used to. Long time ago. Then old Doc Mo ripped out my music drives and stuck in more acoustical processors. Guess you could say I got the blues, even if I can't play them no more.
Just in case. There's nothing more for us to do here, is there? Some more stuff. Jump up. 3 days. I should just do one of them first after lunch break, of course. So I'll be off and be back soon. Until then, it's a cheers and cheerio.